Today we store data on solid-state drives, cloud platforms, and on portable flash devices. But throughout computing history, researchers and engineers have explored many unconventional methods of storing information. Some of them were creative workarounds. Others, true technological experiments. Here are 5 of the strangest and most fascinating data storage methods ever developed. 5. Punch cards. Before digital memory became the standard, computers used paper cards with holes punched in them to represent binary information. Punch cards stored data by encoding 1 character per column through a specific pattern of punched holes. Entire programs could require hundreds or thousands of cards, stacked and loaded in order. Punch cards were slow, fragile, and difficult to edit. But they played a key role in the early days of computing, even in projects like NASA's Apollo missions. 4. Magnetic tapes. Magnetic tape has been used for data storage since the early days of computing, and remarkably, it's still in use today. Organizations such as CERN and NASA rely on modern tape systems to archive vast amounts of scientific and mission-critical data. Unlike consumer formats like VHS, these are industrial-grade systems, such as LTO, linear tape open, built for long-term, high-capacity archival. Each tape can store several terabytes and remain stable for decades. Tape remains popular in science and government thanks to 2 key benefits: exceptional durability and low cost per terabyte. At scale, it's one of the most efficient and reliable ways to preserve data over time. 3. Vinyl records. In the early 1980s, some computer magazines distributed vinyl records that contained software. These records didn't store digital data directly. Instead, the code was converted into analog audio signals, using sound to represent binary information, similar to the way cassette tapes worked with early home computers. The user would play the vinyl on a turntable, record the sound onto a cassette, and then load that cassette into a computer, which would decode the audio back into data. It was an inventive bridge between analog and digital technology, and surprisingly effective. 2. DNA. DNA is one of the most compact and durable storage mediums known. A single gram of synthetic DNA can theoretically hold up to 215 petabytes of information. Scientists have successfully encoded books, images, and even entire videos into strands of DNA by mapping binary data onto nucleotide sequences. Notably, Harvard researchers once stored an entire biology textbook in a single DNA molecule. While DNA data storage remains expensive and complex, its potential for ultra-dense long-term archival use is enormous. 1. Ice. In a particularly unconventional approach, researchers have investigated the use of glacial ice as a long-term physical data archive. The concept involves injecting nanoparticles into ice layers to form microscopic patterns that encode binary data. These embedded signals can remain preserved for thousands of years in stable glacial environments, making them candidates for ultra-long-term, passive data storage, particularly for climate or geological records. While still experimental, it's one of the most unusual and enduring methods ever proposed for preserving human knowledge. These methods may seem outdated or experimental, but each played a part in the broader history of data storage. They remind us that storing information has never been just about convenience. It's about resilience, creativity, and thinking beyond what's standard. For more deep dives into the history of technology, consider subscribing to TechFacts.